winning mental battles consistently is the only thing that will guarantee every single result you want in life, from your dream physique to your dream job, I don't care, whatever. Because once you have truly decided to do something, you will do it. If you don't do it, then you never truly decided. I'm serious. After that, the only other factor is endurance. How long can you stay in the game? How long can you stay in the fight? This is where winning mental battles comes in hugely. Now, the thing is with battles, we naturally enjoy a battle. We naturally enjoy a fight, but only if it's in a specific way. And the reason I say this is because if you enjoy the battle, there's no way you're going to stop. I'm serious, because I've seen it time and time again in myself, in my friends, in the people I coach, in my clients. This shit actually works. If you enjoy the battle, you will not quit. And so this is how we build actual endurance. So let me break down what enjoyable battles versus unenjoyable battles look like. Now, there are three main factors which we're going to talk about in terms of enjoyable battles and unenjoyable battles. But first of all, I want you to think back to times that you've played a game, whether that's a board game like chess or a video game like Call of Duty on the Xbox or PS4 or something like that. When you're in that battle against the opponent and it's close and it's tense and it's a good fight, you enjoy the battle. And the main reason why is because you think you can get out on top. If you're fighting for the whole game, you know, in chess or something, like you've taken a few pieces, but they've taken a bunch of yours. If you don't feel like you can win, if you feel like it's pointless to even try, of course it's going to be fucking dismal. You're not going to enjoy any part of it. You're just going to feel like you're wasting your time. And this is what most battles are for people. People try it, but secretly deep down, they don't think that they can do it. If you think that you can win, then you will enjoy the battle, as long as you have these other two factors as well. So I'm just going to label this as self-belief. Now, this is really fucking key, and we're going to break this down again in a minute. So the second factor is just fucking obvious. Interest. High interest versus low interest. If you're not interested in the thing at heart, you cannot force yourself to enjoy it. For example, I could go and file a bunch of reports and I have high self-belief that I can do that, but it doesn't matter and I'm not going to enjoy it because it's not something that I, at heart, am interested in. You cannot force it. Now, there's a little caveat with this, because you have to try something before you know whether you actually enjoy it or not, or whether that goal aligns with what you value. For example, like, people are often not into fitness at all, or they don't enjoy it before they actually try it. And then they go to the gym for a few months and then suddenly they're like, oh my God, this is so amazing, because they notice the way it makes them feel. They notice the differences in their body. You have to try something before you know if it's right for you or wrong for you. But if you have no interest, it doesn't fucking matter. Next factor, low or high tedium. The only other thing apart from these first two factors that will stop it being enjoyable is tedium, because it doesn't matter how high self-belief you have and how high your interest is in what it is you're doing. If the battle is way too long or the goal feels really far away, if there's nothing in the middle section that's going to keep you entertained, you're just going to get bored, you're going to lose interest, and then you'll lose self-belief. Because you don't know whether you're going to stay interested long enough to actually get to the goal. Do you see what I'm saying? So we need to have small checkpoint goals along the way that keep you hooked in. Think of Call of Duty, think of chess. You take a piece in chess, boom, you're still hooked in because it's little dopamine spike. And what these mini checkpoints do is they raise your self-belief. Each time you smash out a bunch of mini goals, it makes the bigger goal seem ever more likely. So this factor of tedium is really fucking important, because we cannot have ourselves getting bored. Obviously, you're going to get a little bit bored sometimes because, you know, these big goals do take time to do. We can minimize that boredom by making it entertaining with mini goals that make us feel like we're still hooked into the game. Now, I will say something about these mini checkpoints for a second, because when I first started to implement them into my, goals and how I'm achieving things in my life, I kind of didn't really think that hard about the mini checkpoints I wanted to have. And so I kind of just rushed and wrote a bunch of random ones down. And then when I finally achieved them, I wasn't entertained in the slightest. So make sure you think hard about, okay, what micro goal or micro achievement is going to actually cause me to have a little dopamine spike and be like, damn, yeah, that was sick. Or like, I feel like I can do this even more now. You need to think hard about what these mini goals might be that will keep you entertained. Let's go back to the chess or Call of Duty example. If you write down your mini goal in Call of Duty as picking up ammunition, it doesn't fucking matter how much ammunition you pick up, you're still going to be bored because it's not entertaining. Same in chess. If your goal is moving your knight twice, it's not entertaining and it doesn't matter. You need to think hard about what these micro goals need to be. And it sounds obvious and stupid, but trust me, you'll only understand once you make that mistake. So just don't even make that mistake in the first place. But I really want to dig into this self-belief concept for a second here, because self-belief is just proof. Now, I break proof down into identity proof and results proof. Identity proof. You think you are the person who can get to this goal, right? This is really important. It's like if you took away the most fit, muscular person in the world, if you took away all of their muscles, they'd still get it back every single time, because it's not about the material reward itself. It's about the person they are. The person they are and the mind that they have is the thing that achieved that result. So they would always get it back. So identity is really key. Results proof. This is like stacking up a bunch of these micro wins that we talked about with tedium. This provides like proof of concept, proof that the work you're doing is actually having an impact, okay? For example, proof of results could be, if you're into fitness, weighing yourself every single day, right? Because that shows true evidence that, okay, either you're gaining weight or you're losing weight based on whatever your goals are, right? Proof of identity, the habits you do that you note down, like waking up early, having a cold shower, doing push-ups in the morning. These provide proof of identity. And when you have proof that you are the person who can achieve this goal, and you have proof that the work you're doing is providing results, self-belief goes through the fucking roof. So whatever your goal is, you need to find, okay, what proof would identity need? What proof of results would I need as well? People have tons of proof. They just don't realize it, right? Because they don't write it down. And if you're not journaling, you need to start fucking journaling, man, right now, okay? But one thing I always do when I'm journaling is I just write down a section and I subtitle it proof. Under there, I just stack all of the evidence that I have from the day that, number one, I am the person who can achieve this goal. And number two, I have the results to show that this will eventually work from all of these micro goals, right? That keep me entertained. Now, if you have all of these three factors in check, every single mental battle that you have on the path to your goal will be enjoyable as fuck. Obviously, there'll be small times when it gets boring or it gets, it feels too hard. But as long as you know that you can win, it will still be enjoyable. Follow me on Instagram at CoachWillCave. Use code CoachWill on Applied Nutrition for 20% off. All of their protein is fucking amazing. I've just had a huge order of it. And yeah, I'll see you next time.